And we're live. Welcome back to the Bread and Bitcoin podcast, where I talk about the future of money. I'm your host, Jamie Vasquez. This week has been an interesting week for Bitcoin, so let's talk about it. For a little market recap, I am bullish on Bitcoin for the time being. In the last episode of the podcast, I zoomed out to find a bigger Elliott Wave 2, assuming that the big drop to 38.50 can still be considered a Wave 2. I went about defining that consideration back in the previous episode. On today's analysis, I'm still going forward with assuming that the drop to 38.50 is a bigger Wave 2. But before I go forward with the technical analysis, let's go over the fundamental analysis this week. On the fundamental side of Bitcoin this week, the case for Bitcoin is stronger than ever. Bitcoin was created in 2008 when the last major economic crisis happened. So Bitcoin has never been through a major economic crisis like what we're seeing now. So with all the economic stimulus that is being proposed in the United States, the case for buying Bitcoin is really getting some traction. Some of the economic stimulus includes a proposal to print not one, but two $1 trillion platinum coins for the U.S. Federal Reserve and multiple proposals for universal basic income, which, in my opinion, is most likely to happen because of a lot of people who live paycheck to paycheck can't work anymore because of the coronavirus. Hopefully y'all are staying safe. I literally have not left my house in like a week total. So I don't know what you guys are doing with quarantine, but a lot of people can't get jobs because of this, so they need money to make ends meet. So all the different proposals for the universal basic income argue on how much everyone should get and or based on their income, stuff like that. Either way, money will be printed and handed out to individuals. So Bitcoin's fixed supply feature is a hedge or a bet against this. Bitcoin is really a hedge against all types of money printing in all areas of the world, not just the US. And the coronavirus is a global pandemic where everyone in the whole world is trapped inside and cannot work. So every country will end up printing money to the maximum they can do, if a maximum even exists to money printing. So all in all, fundamentally, Bitcoin is a very good buy right now. Now let's get into the technical analysis of Bitcoin. Let me pull up. Ooh. So I have found two instances of 5 waves up since the drop to 38.50 right here, which can be seen as a 1-2-1-2. And it is very possible that we're in the middle of a wave 4 of 3. Now keep in mind that this marker I have right here, it could be here or here as it's retesting the low right here. It can be one of these two, but I'm just keeping it here until it makes a push up to the wave 5 of 3 target in the low to mid 8,000s, as I have the fib retracement or fib extensions here from 8108 to 8708. It's actually kind of perfect. Anyways, the reason I believe that we're in a wave 4 is because Elliott wave 4s are usually triangles. So let me pull up some lines. People like to see lines. Usually some triangles out here. You can do that, stuff like that. Triangles and complex shapes that are hard to count, like very hard to count. And I'm not saying that I'm an expert in this field. I'm learning it as I am doing it. So I'm not going to attempt to count, but what I do know is, as of right now, I can safely assume that this is a wave 4. The reason I believe it's wave 4 is because Elliott wave 4s are usually triangles and other confusing structures that make trading in it, which is highly suggested against, trading in it a pain in the ass. Now let's talk about the conditions that need to hold for this count to hold. Oh my god, brave. So if we break below 55.70, which is the top of this circle wave 1, if we break below this point, which we have been very close to right here in this candle, it increases the odds that we will revisit and retest 44.32, which is the wave 2 low right here. The reasoning for that is because wave 4s aren't supposed to surpass the top of wave 1s. It can happen in rare cases, but it isn't a good thing to see in the whole thing of trading is probability. So that's why I say it increases the chances of it revisiting this. It might not. It could surpass the top of wave 1 and rebound back up to my wave 3 target. But as of now, we don't want to see that happen if we can't. If we break below 44.32, so if we break below this point, it increases the odds that we will revisit the low of 80 or 38.50 down here. If we break below down here, that increases the odds that we revisit 31.30. So I'm going to zoom out into the daily chart so you can see what I'm saying. So 31.30 is the low all the way down here back in December of 2018. So if we break below this little point right here, 38.50, we will see down to 31.30, which will be bad. Anyways, here, I'm gonna zoom out so you can see my wave 5 target up here, anywhere from 10,000, basically 10,500 to 11,770, which are good targets. Anyways, this was like a quick, short little update. Quick, short little update. Nothing too serious. So if you didn't understand the jargon that I just tossed around this entire episode, here's a quick summary of what I just said. With all the money printing around the world, Bitcoin is a great buy right now. As long as Bitcoin doesn't break below that low of 38.50 right here, I will still be fundamentally bullish. If it breaks below these points right here, stuff like that, I can just change the count, but it will still be bullish as long as it don't break below this 38.50 right here. So that is all for Better Than Bitcoin podcast episode 21. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at JNabaskis. Sorry for the short episode, and peace out.